Hi friends, I wanted to make a video update for those of you I know in real life to let you know that I was not dead, because I haven't made a video, I think, since I made Bitch in 2019. The reason I haven't made a video in a long time is because I haven't been training, which I'm sure a lot of you have had reduced training over the last couple years, but me extra so. So 2019 was kind of the shittiest time of my life, and it says a lot that I'm picking 2019 over 2020. And then, of course, that immediately segued into 2020, and then the pandemic hit. And so we have a high-risk family member, so for their sake, we had to take the pandemic pretty seriously, and so we basically stopped training for that whole year, at least with other people, which is mostly stopping training because it's pretty hard to motivate yourself to train by yourself. At least for me. Maybe you guys are much more responsible and self-motivated, but not me. And then in June or July of 2020, I had surgery on my hand. It was really minor surgery, but I wasn't allowed to use the hand for 2 weeks, and it is surprising how much strength you lose in your hand if you can't use it for 2 weeks. It's my dominant hand. So that was kind of real rough because it took me a while. It took me like 2 weeks to lose the strength, but it took me several months to get the strength back. And even once I felt like I had a good grip and I could open jars and do things again, I would get muscle spasms in my hand, like if I used it too much. And so that was pretty rough. Not enjoyable at all. And so then that was a lot of 2020 in addition to the usual pandemic stuff. And then at the start of 2021, we got vaccinated. We felt comfortable training again with people. And so then like 2 weeks into training again, I overextended my elbow and I had a partial tear on one of my tendons and really upset another tendon, probably because it was like compensating for the torn one. I don't know, but so I've been in physical therapy for my elbow for the majority of this year. And I did keep training, but I trained everything left-handed, which is extremely frustrating. I know probably the responsible thing is to train both hands, and we did, but obviously I did not train my left hand at all to the degree of my right hand, and so everything was frustrating, and I felt terrible at everything. But I did do it, and then when my physical therapist gave the okay, I was training with my right arm, just low power, not fast. But that's really only been very recently. And then the U.S. Open Gathering was last weekend, and I fought. I didn't do particularly well, but I was really excited to get to play after so long of not being able to. I didn't participate in the tribal. It was really hard to watch other people fight and not be able to. I did 2 stick fights and 2 sword fights. I didn't do particularly great, but I'm trying to give myself credit for showing up because that's sort of a big thing on its own, for me anyway. So I accomplished that. But yeah, so that's sort of the update, where things are at. I'm training again. Trying to be responsible and not make my elbow worse because I don't fucking care if it's sore after I use it, but I don't want to make it worse and have to go through all the months of physical therapy again and start back at zero or have to get surgery to repair it or anything like that, right? Like I can deal with it being sore after, and it is sore after the gathering. Like I obviously taxed it a little bit, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. But yeah, so that's where things are. But hopefully, now that I'm training again and fighting again, maybe I'll get some more content up here at some point for the 2 of you that care. But I did want to do an update just to let you know I'm still here. My husband's still here. He fought in May at the tribal and he fought at the open. Yeah, and hopefully things get better, we can train more, and I can see some of your faces in real life because even though I'm an introvert and I don't really like social stuff, I really fucking miss some of you and I miss doing that, and I would like to go back to Europe and train with you guys again. Also because yeah, it's been The isolation has been pretty rough, even as someone who has a very, very limited social battery. But yeah, so anyway, that's it. I'm gonna say bye now. Hopefully in the future I will see some of you, like with our faces, like in person, because that would be pretty amazing. But in the meantime, goodbye, and hope everyone is well and taking care. See you guys. I trained with my left hand initially until I got the okay from my physical. I had not as many as I wanted. It was a lot of fun. I didn't do very well. That was what I did, and